Well, we always think about it'd be ideal if you could get charged as you're going down the highway.
Yeah,
That's
precisely.
something people have always wanted to do. We certainly have that in mind. I can't give you a time schedule on higher power devices, but know that we've already shown products that are 50 times the power of our smaller device operating
Mm.
uh, effectively over distance.
We're going through something absolutely historic.
Technologies across the board are growing exponentially.
It's a disruption that's going to completely redefine the way businesses compete.
In the next decade, we're going to lose 40% of today's Fortune 500 companies.
The exponential growth of computing is continuing.
AI is nowhere near its full potential.
Whether you like it or not, that the future cannot be stopped by anyone.
So welcome back to the Future Tech and Foresight podcast. As always, I'm your host, Mark Verbenkov. So today's episode will focus on a technology that I actually haven't brought up on the podcast before. I've been really looking forward to learning more about it and have been thinking quite a lot about it since the interview I had with today's guest. So hopefully you'll be doing the same, as its ability to kind of enable pretty massive changes in our society in the years to come might actually not be so obvious when you initially hear about it. So today we'll be looking at wireless charging technology, how it works, what its applications are, the challenges and potential safety issues that it has, and of course its impact on the future. So very briefly, here's what ChatGPT thinks about wireless charging technology. So it's a rapidly growing frontier driven by the relentless pursuit of convenience and technological advancement. It's transforming not just personal device usage, but also broader sectors like electric vehicles and industrial applications. As the technology matures, it's expected to fuel a surge of innovation efficiency and adaptability across various industries. Its potential impact is immense, reducing our dependence on cables, promoting sustainable energy use, and facilitating seamless device integration into our daily lives. In essence, wireless charging is not just about power transfer, it's about empowering a new era of technological freedom and advancement. So I kind of like that, and I might actually be using ChatGPT to kind of give a rough overview of the market and the technology in future episodes, so let me know. But what ChatGPT kind of laid out is more or less exactly what we'll be getting into on today's episode with my guest, Kurt Weber from WeCharge. So Kurt has a BSEE from Clarkson University in New York and did 17 years of design and systems engineering for commercial business products, military ordnance, and telephony products while working for Texas Instruments, General Computer, and Building Systems Automation. Moving into sales, Kurt was in sales management in the semiconductors market while working for companies such as NCR Microelectronics, LSI Logic, Tundra Semiconductors, and QLogic to achieve $300 million plus in combined sales from enterprise server storage customers, including HP, Dell, IBM, and Storage Tech. We had a really interesting conversation today. I was very grateful for him to come on and talk about wireless charging and kind of expand my knowledge on the technology, the challenges, the applications, and of course the future. I hope that you really enjoyed the episode, and I think you'll find it very interesting, especially if you haven't heard of or really looked into wireless charging technology in the past. But if you have, there's of course some really interesting insights that Kurt's able to bring into the podcast. Great. Well, hi there, Kurt. Thank you very much for coming on to the podcast today to talk about your company and wireless technology, which, as I mentioned right before recording, I know very little about. So I'm also very interested and excited to learn a little bit more about it today.
Okay, Mark, it's good to talk with you, and I'm really interested in discussing this product and the solutions that are out in the marketplace for wireless power today.
Yeah, awesome. So also, as I mentioned right before, what I like to do with most guests is to kind of get where this technology was interesting for you and why you got started with this kind of technology. So if you can bring us back a couple of years, what made you, or maybe what was the first time that you heard about wireless charging technology, and how did you start getting interested in this?
Yeah, it was about 4 years ago. I was doing some consulting work for a couple of technology firms, And one of the people I worked with years
Discover the unmatched quality of Easy Home USA baby bottles, the ideal selection for your cherished child. With unwavering trust in quality, bask in every precious moment. Seek out easyhomeusa.com to give your baby the best start in life. Because at Easy Home, we care about every tiny detail, just like you do.
Welcome to the world of Easy Home USA, the haven where infant dreams come to life. Experience quality, comfort, and cuteness with each item. For the love of your little one, sail through the waves of easyhomeusa.com. It's more than shopping. It's a journey of joy for your baby.
Uncover the secret to serenity with Easy Home USA baby bottles, the starting point of dreams. With every tiny drop, tranquility unfurls, paving the path to your baby's sweetest sleep. Seek us out at easyhomeusa.com. Because at Easy Home USA, we don't just create baby bottles, we create peace.
You know, if you could do the same thing with power, you all of a sudden have everything's like no cables, and you can move it around, and you'd be talking to it communication-wise through Wi-Fi and power through wireless power. As you've got something that's totally floating around in a room. It could be anywhere. It could be sitting on a desk, on a wall, on a glass door. It doesn't matter. I said, this is really kind of a neat technology. So I started looking at it in more detail, and I realized that it's already been looked at from a market cap standpoint, and it's huge. I mean, I think it's going to be it's estimated to be about $35 billion by 2030.
Crazy.
And that's something I was pretty interested in. That's how I got involved. I decided this is a company I'd like to work for, so I came aboard.
Yeah, definitely a good market to be entering.
Something new, that's for sure.
Yeah. It, when I first looked at your website, immediately I started thinking about Nikola Tesla. Right, I think that there were some, whether they were hidden manuscripts or something like that he had already come up with something like this, many decades ago. And it's interesting now to see that you actually have a working product. This is actually something that's out there. So kind of like from the past to the future to the current times, it's already available, which is
he struggled for years to try to get massive amounts of power sent over the airways. He was successful in getting power over small distances, and the phone charging pad that I was just talking about, that essentially is what he came up with. Of course, there was no iPhones at the time, but the ability to transfer power over a few millimeters, he was able to do that 100 years ago. So some of his stuff lives on for sure.
Cool. Well, then why don't we jump into the technology itself, right? So I mentioned that most of my audience are not highly technical in nature, but I still think, even for me, it would be interesting to know roughly how this technology works, because I don't think too many people understand it too well.
Yes, I think it would be good to go over that for sure. I mean, you can kind of think of it like Wi-Fi. There's a transmitter that's transmitting something, and the receiver is picking up something. In this case, it's power. So it consists of two basic products: a transmitter and receiver. We use infrared technology in order to transfer the power from the transmitter to the receiver, which is a very safe, effective means of getting energy across the airways. The Nikola Tesla solution that I mentioned a few minutes ago, that's used in the cell phone charging pads and things like toothbrush chargers, that's got a very limited distance. But this is what we call long distance, high power transmission of energy. And the transmitters are typically mounted either on a shelf or on a ceiling, sort of like a recessed light, and is able to find receivers which would typically be incorporated into a product. And the product could be a phone, but you would typically think of something more in line with a useful product for the home, maybe like a portable speaker, for example, that's currently uses batteries, or maybe a security device on the wall, like a pad or something like that. Or even more close to home would be like a smart lock. A smart lock has batteries in it, and you have to change those batteries out every couple of months, or you're going to be locked out of your home. And you can use this technology this wireless technology in order to run those products using the wireless power.
Yeah, super interesting. So you also mentioned that Nikola Tesla could only do it for a couple of millimeters, and he had challenges, vast technological challenges, in order to make it longer than that.
Discover the joy of parenthood with Easy Home USA. Because at Easy Home, we believe in creating a world where babies are always smiling and parents are always at ease. Our bottles are not just a product, they are a promise of care and comfort. With innovative anti-colic technology, we ensure your baby enjoys every meal, reducing discomfort and fussiness. And it doesn't stop there. Easy Home USA bottles come in a variety of stylish designs, redefining the charm of feeding time. After all, why should mealtime be any less fun? Easy Home USA, where we prioritize your baby's happiness. Because a happy baby means a happy home. Explore our range today at easyhomeusa.com and make mealtime a delightful experience. Easy Home USA, the choice of millions of happy parents across the country, because we understand your baby deserves nothing but the best.
Hey there, parents. Are you tired of the constant fuss and tears during feeding time? Well, say hello to Easy Home Baby Bottles, the solution to all your feeding woes. With our specially designed bottles, colic and discomfort will be a thing of the past. Watch as this parent feeds their baby with ease and joy using our bottles. We believe that every sip should bring a smile. So, why settle for anything less? Easy Home Baby Bottles, making feeding time a happy time. Remember, we're here to make your journey through parenthood just a little bit easier. Easy Home USA, the name you can trust. Happy feeding! In the journey of parenthood, every moment is precious. And at Easy Home USA, we're here to make those moments even more special. Our wide range of baby products is designed with love and care, just like you would. From cozy cribs to gentle rocking chairs, we have everything to create a nurturing space for your little one. Safety and quality are our top priorities. Our products are crafted to meet the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind knowing your baby is in the best hands. Stay connected with our state-of-the-art baby monitors, because your baby's well-being is always just a glance away. At Easy Home USA, we're not just about products, we're about creating memories. Embrace the joys of parenthood with Easy Home USA, where love and comfort meet. Easy Home USA, making your home your family's haven. Discover the comfort and convenience of Easy Home USA. From stylish furniture to smart gadgets, we've got your home covered. Shop online, and we'll deliver quality products right to your doorstep. Elevate your home the easy way. Easy Home USA, where your dream home begins.
Of the different kind of technologies. Can you maybe touch on that a little bit? I know we didn't touch on that before, but for me, I'm quite interested in AI, so I'd be curious to hear about how artificial intelligence or certain kind of algorithms have helped this technology come about.
Well, I wouldn't really call it artificial intelligence, but we'll call it an algorithm for sure. So it's just standard programming, but the way that we do it is we're able to actually view a room with our transmitter to understand where the devices are in the room. And there can be more than one. I mean, it could be one, it could be two, it could be five. It doesn't really matter. The actual limitation is not really technical. It's really physical. There's only so many, door locks and, security badge you can put into a room.
Yeah.
But we're able to actually go out and look with this is before sending any energy. We can go out and actually view the room and build a map internal to the transmitter of where these different devices are, and then we can point that beam at each one of the receivers one at a time and just go through the whole list for a certain amount of time for each one of those receivers. Therefore, we're able to supply power to the product, and then we can move that beam to another product and power that one as well. And you may say, well, you got a problem because you're only one device is working at a time, but that's not really true. What we do is we actually store the energy inside of the device using a lithium-ion cell. It's a non-replaceable cell that's usually soldered onto the circuit board, and it can store quite a bit of energy. So every time we bring the beam over and point it to a receiver on a device, it's charging that internal battery and keeps it charged all the time. So we're almost like a trickle charger, just like you'd have on your car, where we use a low amount of energy. Well, it's high by wireless power standards, but maybe low compared to a car battery, for example.
Right.
But we're able to put that energy into the battery of the device, and the device literally uses that energy in order to perform its task, whatever it may be. Like if it's a speaker, it's playing music, while you're moving that beam to another device, for example, to charge the battery that may be in, oh, let's say it's a window shade, a motorized window shade. So we store that energy into that one, and we just move it around. And it's all done automatically. And if you move something, let's say it's something on your desk and you move it a few inches. In fact, I was showing you in the video a minute ago that if I move something just a little bit, it will find it. It go back. The algorithm is set up where periodically it looks around the room to see if anything has been moved, added, or removed, and it rebuilds the map. So that's how that works. So there's
Discover the unmatched quality of Easy Home USA baby bottles, the ideal selection for your cherished child. With unwavering trust in quality, bask in every precious moment. Seek out easyhomeusa.com to give your baby the best start in life. Because at Easy Home, we care about every tiny detail, just like you do.
Welcome to the world of Easy Home USA, the haven where infant dreams come to life. Experience quality, comfort, and cuteness with each item. For the love of your little one, sail through the waves of easyhomeusa.com. It's more than shopping. It's a journey of joy for your baby.
Uncover the secret to serenity with Easy Home USA baby bottles, the starting point of dreams. With every tiny drop, tranquility unfurls, paving the path to your baby's sweetest sleep. Seek us out at easyhomeusa.com. Because at Easy Home USA, we don't just create baby bottles, we create peace.
We do address and talk to the different customers in the different market segments. Now, we're a relatively small shop at the moment, so we've kind of like focused on a couple of areas where we're putting most of our effort. But from a technology standpoint, if you talk about the industrial sector, for example, there's nothing but sensors in these big factories. They're everywhere, and they're either wired up or they're battery operated. Even if they're wired, they may be in motion, in which case you got other issues with getting power to the devices. This is a perfect solution for industrial sensors. They're usually low power. They may be thermal sensor, vibration sensors, optical sensors, all types of things. But we can, with a small lithium ion storage cell built into it, along with our receiver, we can be powering a multitude of these sensors in the factory floor. So that it's a perfect solution for those types of things. In a commercial environment, in the security area, locks, keypads, thermostats, dampers on air conditioning, HVAC systems, you name it, we have a very good solution. And again, the window shades, the blinds that are used, they're typically run by motors, and those motors are either controlled by the building management software or Margaret down the hall, who happens to be the secretary, will raise or lower them. But nonetheless, when you build a building, you have the ability to put AC power to the windows without much problem. But if you're doing a retrofit on a building, it's very difficult to run a wire to a window. So which means that you have to use batteries, usually large batteries that have to be pulled out and recharged periodically. We can eliminate that quite easily with a wireless power type solution and power multiple shades with just one transmitter. So there's a good application there. In the medical field, we're finding some great uses for our product. One complaint we got from some of the hospitals is that the over-the-bed table, which is usually used for food service and it's used for the patient when they're in bed, is a great place to put a charging system in for their iPhones. Currently, what they do is the patient will have a cable and they run it to their headboard, which may have a USB connector, and they plug it in, and the doctors come in, and it's the last thing they want to do is fight with cables around the patient. So this is great because you can wheel over the table, the over the patient table, and inside of that can be a built-in wireless, what we call wireless charging pad for an iPhone, which is literally wireless. We charge that and power that with a charging transmitter mounted up in the ceiling. and it can be anywhere in the room and it'll be charged all the time. So that's a great application for it, along with medical sensors. They have critical sensors for medication that are currently battery operated. That's always been a problem for them because they have to change out the batteries before the batteries go bad, which is kind of a difficult thing, which means it's a maintenance schedule. Plus they got the issue with throwing the batteries away and things of that nature. So that's another application for it. And then conference room tables, same thing with the charging. There's a multitude of applications. And the way I tell people to look at it is the current products we have right now are ideal for smart home and office type environment products that run on a couple of AA or AAA batteries, or are not heavily used. In other words, they only cycle a couple of times a day, where we can charge up a big lithium ion cell inside so they can run motors. That would be an example would be the window shades. Another example in the medical field would be a motorized reclining chair for patients, which right now are all manually operated by the nurses. They can't use motors because you have to plug it into a wall. That's a trip hazard. They won't allow it in the hospital room. So you can see there's all kinds of applications wherever you look.
Discover the joy of parenthood with Easy Home USA. Because at Easy Home, we believe in creating a world where babies are always smiling and parents are always at ease. Our bottles are not just a product, they are a promise of care and comfort. With innovative anti-colic technology, we ensure your baby enjoys every meal, reducing discomfort and fussiness. And it doesn't stop there. Easy Home USA bottles come in a variety of stylish designs, redefining the charm of feeding time. After all, why should mealtime be any less fun? Easy Home USA, where we prioritize your baby's happiness. Because a happy baby means a happy home. Explore our range today at easyhomeusa.com and make mealtime a delightful experience. Easy Home USA, the choice of millions of happy parents across the country. Because we understand your baby deserves nothing but the best.
Hey there, parents. Are you tired of the constant fuss and tears during feeding time? Well, say hello to Easy Home Baby Bottles, the solution to all your feeding woes. With our specially designed bottles, colic and discomfort will be a thing of the past. Watch as this parent feeds their baby with ease and joy using our bottles. We believe that every sip should bring a smile. So, why settle for anything less? Easy Home Baby Bottles, making feeding time a happy time. Remember, we're here to make your journey through parenthood just a little bit easier. Easy Home USA, the name you can trust. Happy feeding! In the journey of parenthood, every moment is precious. And at Easy Home USA, we're here to make those moments even more special. Our wide range of baby products is designed with love and care, just like you would. From cozy cribs to gentle rocking chairs, we have everything to create a nurturing space for your little one. Safety and quality are our top priorities. Our products are crafted to meet the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind knowing your baby is in the best hands. Stay connected with our state-of-the-art baby monitors, because your baby's well-being is always just a glance away. At Easy Home USA, we're not just about products, we're about creating memories. Embrace the joys of parenthood with Easy Home USA, where love and comfort meet. Easy Home USA, making your home your family's haven. Discover the comfort and convenience of Easy Home USA. From stylish furniture to smart gadgets, we've got your home covered. Shop online, and we'll deliver quality products right to your doorstep. Elevate your home the easy way. Easy Home USA, where your dream home begins.
Just the other day about this upcoming interview, and there was some concern about the health impacts, right? So as you mentioned at the beginning, all kind of office environments, all home environments, they're all surrounded with Wi-Fi, and now we have 5G concerns. Whether they're valid or not, I still don't know. I'm on the fence about that. But there were some, of course, there were some concerns about having wireless charging technology in a home. So, I mean, we talked a little bit about it beforehand about, the safety aspects. You showed me a demo of it, but maybe for the audience, it would be interesting to hear about kind of the safety issues, the health concerns that you guys have obviously looked into and most probably solved.
That was one of the key items that I was very impressed with when I first started looking at the company. And once I got involved in, I realized that when they started the company, safety was one of the key items that they wanted to address. And that was one reason that they didn't go down the wireless, the radio frequency solution for wireless power, which is what some of our competitors are doing. It's what Tesla was trying to do as well. The problem is with those types of solutions is that you literally you're broadcasting energy into the room, and everything's picking it up. The tables, the chairs, the ceilings, the walls, and unfortunately, you and the dog are getting hit with all this. I'd call it RF pollution, radio frequency pollution. It's you want it to go to your end device. Now, when you're talking Wi-Fi, you're talking some pretty low power signals. When you're trying to run a motor, it's a different story. So the logical thing to do is crank up the transmit power, which of course turns your whole room into a kind of I would consider large microwave oven is the best way I can describe it. But I would be very concerned about that. Now, they're trying to mitigate that by steering the beams, but it's hard to steer radio frequency beams because they don't tend to be beams. They're a broadband. They diverge as soon as they leave the antenna. They spread out. Every time you double the distance, you go down by 75% in your power, inverse square law. And it's not a viable solution for high power. They are able to transmit low power compared to what we have and what you probably would consider reasonable power for a AA or AAA battery solution. But it's only for a meter or two, and as you get past that, it starts to disappear. Well, that just means you're absorbing the energy along with the rest of the things in your environment. The fact that we're using light, which is the safe band of the light, it's infrared, and it's less than the energy you'd get if you walked outside as far as collecting the energy from the sun, but it's all concentrated in the beam. And the trick there is to make sure the beam doesn't interfere with people. And that's part of the algorithm that I mentioned earlier. We don't turn the beam on until we have a clear sight of where the beam's going to go. We know it's going to go to a receiver, and we know exactly where it is because we found it earlier. We know it within a half inch or quarter of an inch where it is in the environment. And when we turn on the beam, if anything gets in the way of that, the beam immediately shuts off and stays shut off until the obstruction is removed. And that's part of the whole safety algorithm that we have in there. We've already got certifications proving it. So it's a very safe, non-destructive way of delivering power from one point to another.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And for those of you listening, Kurt, you showed me right before we actually started recording a very short demo where you actually held your hand in front of the receiver and the light went off, right? So it's not like you're making this stuff up. It absolutely shuts off.
We've got a great demo that we show at the CES shows and some other shows that we go to, which is nothing more than a Lego train. And we just took one of our receivers with 2 wires, wired it directly to the motor. And then we have a transmitter sitting above it, and it's a perpetual train. It just
Discover the unmatched quality of Easy Home USA baby bottles, the ideal selection for your cherished child. With unwavering trust in quality, bask in every precious moment. Seek out easyhomeusa.com to give your baby the best start in life. Because at Easy Home, we care about every tiny detail, just like you do.
Welcome to the world of Easy Home USA, the haven where infant dreams come to life. Experience quality, comfort, and cuteness with each item. For the love of your little one, sail through the waves of easyhomeusa.com. It's more than shopping. It's a journey of joy for your baby.
Uncover the secret to serenity with Easy Home USA baby bottles, the starting point of dreams. With every tiny drop, tranquility unfurls, paving the path to your baby's sweetest sleep. Seek us out at easyhomeusa.com. Because at Easy Home USA, we don't just create baby bottles, we create peace.
Trying to charge your smart lock or anything like that. It's just the one thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's totally oblivious to the RF that's floating around in your room. It's just a beam of light.
Yeah. And have there been issues with disrupting other for competitors or for other companies using the different kinds of technologies? Like, do those wavelengths like interrupt the actual technologies and the other things that aren't necessarily charging?
Well, I'm not that familiar with the competitor's product or the frequencies that they're transmitting it at, but whenever you do transmit energy like that, you got to talk to the FCC because you're also the transmitter. So they're going to be very careful about where you're located on the frequency band and how much energy you're putting out there. So there's issues with that. We don't have to do anything with the FCC outside of standard compliance because we have microprocessors in our products, and that means there's a clock in there, and that requires us to get FCC certification, which we already have. But it's very, very low energy stuff.
Okay, so regulatory issues for your company might be low, but for the larger industry that might be using a different kind of technology, the hurdles might be a little bit more substantial.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. Okay. And then what about technological hurdles for the future, right? So you're talking about maybe relatively small things that are going to be charged. You can't necessarily charge, say, a car, for instance, right? If we're moving into this EV revolution, are you maybe a couple of years away from being able to charge a car, or some larger technologies like that, or is that so far away that it's not worth talking about?
Well, we always think about it'd be ideal if you could get charged as you're going down the highway.
Yeah,
that's something people have always wanted to do. We certainly have that in mind. I can't give you a time schedule on higher power devices, but know that we've already shown products that are 50 times the power of our smaller device operating effectively over distance. We don't have it productized because there's really not a market for something that requires that kind of power. Now, higher power, there might be some requirements for that. And we would address that when the cost model is appropriate for that particular business plan. And right now it's pretty expensive to go into those higher power modes. And we see that the market's exploding with smart controllers and battery operated type devices. So that's where we're going to sit to start with, and we'll build off of that foundation.
Yeah, of course. And I guess also for those, just to go back on it, the higher power would enable you to charge things at a longer distance as well, right? Because distance.
Well, not necessarily, but it's the distance thing is another set of issues that we have to worry about too. And you're thinking about a beam going a long distance. It's got a small target. Any kind of vibration at the transmitter side is going to move that beam, just like if you're holding an infrared pointer, a little LED pointer. And that's part of the concern is how do you keep the beam stable? We got algorithms for that as well. We got ways of actually moving the device and the beam following the device. We've actually demoed that as well. For example, the train that I mentioned earlier. So we've got these things in the bag. But the power, the higher the power, doesn't necessarily equate to a longer distance.
Discover the joy of parenthood with Easy Home USA. Because at Easy Home, we believe in creating a world where babies are always smiling and parents are always at ease. Our bottles are not just a product, they are a promise of care and comfort. With innovative anti-colic technology, we ensure your baby enjoys every meal, reducing discomfort and fussiness. And it doesn't stop there. Easy Home USA bottles come in a variety of stylish designs, redefining the charm of feeding time. After all, why should mealtime be any less fun? Easy Home USA, where we prioritize your baby's happiness. Because a happy baby means a happy home. Explore our range today at easyhomeusa.com and make mealtime a delightful experience. Easy Home USA, the choice of millions of happy parents across the country, because we understand your baby deserves nothing but the best.
Hey there, parents. Are you tired of the constant fuss and tears during feeding time? Well, say hello to Easy Home Baby Bottles, the solution to all your feeding woes. With our specially designed bottles, colic and discomfort will be a thing of the past. Watch as this parent feeds their baby with ease and joy using our bottles. We believe that every sip should bring a smile. So, why settle for anything less? Easy Home Baby Bottles, making feeding time a happy time. Remember, we're here to make your journey through parenthood just a little bit easier. Easy Home USA, the name you can trust. Happy feeding! In the journey of parenthood, every moment is precious. And at Easy Home USA, we're here to make those moments even more special. Our wide range of baby products is designed with love and care, just like you would. From cozy cribs to gentle rocking chairs, we have everything to create a nurturing space for your little one. Safety and quality are our top priorities. Our products are crafted to meet the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind knowing your baby is in the best hands. Stay connected with our state-of-the-art baby monitors, because your baby's well-being is always just a glance away. At Easy Home USA, we're not just about products, we're about creating memories. Embrace the joys of parenthood with Easy Home USA, where love and comfort meet. Easy Home USA, making your home your family's haven. Discover the comfort and convenience of Easy Home USA. From stylish furniture to smart gadgets, we've got your home covered. Shop online, and we'll deliver quality products right to your doorstep. Elevate your home the easy way. Easy Home USA, where your dream home begins.
And it's actually all available in a single chip form. So it's nothing to really concern yourself with. Your phones don't burn up anymore. Products don't burn up anymore. They seem to have it figured out.
Yeah. Okay, clear. Well, why don't we move on to what is typically my favorite part of the interview, which is the future impacts, right? So we've touched on that a little bit throughout the discussion here, when we were talking specifically about the applications. So if say smart factories might be one of the, I would say, the main industries that are going to be enabled with this kind of technology, and maybe even more advanced smart factories than what we have today. Has there been some discussions in your company about like what kind of other maybe larger ramifications across industries or societies that wireless charging would enable? Maybe industries that would be disrupted. Just kind of your thoughts on that.
We have one that we pinpointed about a year ago and are putting quite a bit of effort into, and that's the retail advertising market. Currently, if you go into a retail store, you see advertisement everywhere. As soon as you walk in, you see it on the doors. You might see a TV up on the wall. But when you get to the shelf, there's really nothing there except cardboard. That's pretty much state of the art. Occasionally, you'll see a plugged in, maybe a tablet or something with a display on it. You might see something with a blinking light. But the reality is that these stores that have these shelves, or gondolas we call it, there's no power. And that's the reason why you haven't seen any kind of interesting displays of advertising at the shelf level. And it's an important part, because that is the point. The consumer is choosing their final product. If you're looking at, different cereal brands, do they get cornflakes or do they get Cheerios? Making that decision. And if you have an advertisement there, you can have a significant impact on what they're going to reach for in that, a third of a second that it takes them to make a decision. So we have developed as our own product. Like I mentioned earlier, we usually sell our product as a component for people to integrate into their devices, and they sell that to the marketplace. We now have a product. We said we're going to design this ourselves. So we have the transmitter, as we talked about before, plus a device, which is a display with our receiver already integrated into it and the battery. And it's a full motion LCD high definition display that mounts on a shelf anywhere you want in the store. And it will show advertisements that we can download off the internet from a central tool, which we call a content management system, anywhere in the world. So we can sell that service, or we can sell the display, and somebody else can sell the service. And people like Coca-Cola or Pepsi can advertise on it if they want to, as what we call a CPG. They're the Consumer Product Group, or the retail company themselves. Let's say it's a Best Buy, for example, wants to advertise products that's for sale for the weekend and 4th of July. They can advertise what's on sale at that shelf for that day, and it can change up quite a bit. So all of a sudden now you can get a lot more impact for pushing a particular product brand or a line of products within a brand at the shelf level. And this is quite interesting. We've already developed a 5-inch display that's powered by these things that we can run multiple ones of those per transmitter, and we also have just introduced our 7-inch display as well, which is actually quite large for the shelf, but is also very useful for mounting on like cooler doors in a convenience store, for example.
Super interesting. Have you or your team thought at all about the say the metaverse or augmented reality? Apple's Vision Pro just came out. What was it, last month, the month before? I still think it's several years away, of course, but this is something that specifically for retailers has been talked about a lot, about revolutionizing the way that information is presented to potential consumers. I can only imagine that your technology would be kind of instrumental to showcasing some of, whether they're different kind of advertisements or descriptions of the products. To me, it sounds like that's...
Discover the unmatched quality of Easy Home USA baby bottles, the ideal selection for your cherished child. With unwavering trust in quality, bask in every precious moment. Seek out easyhomeusa.com to give your baby the best start in life. Because at Easy Home, we care about every tiny detail, just like you do.
Welcome to the world of Easy Home USA, the haven where infant dreams come to life. Experience quality, comfort, and cuteness with each item. For the love of your little one, sail through the waves of easyhomeusa.com. It's more than shopping. It's a journey of joy for your baby.
Uncover the secret to serenity with Easy Home USA baby bottles, the starting point of dreams. With every tiny drop, tranquility unfurls, paving the path to your baby's sweetest sleep. Seek us out at easyhomeusa.com. Because at Easy Home USA, we don't just create baby bottles, we create peace.
It would be an excellent example of utilizing our solution. Yeah. And like I mentioned before, we have tracking software already, so we could follow the person and charge the glasses.
The headset, of course. Yeah, even the headset itself.
Right.
Really interesting.
Yeah, that would be a very good application.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're already talking about doing things like having displays on shopping carts, for example, and those will be movable as well. So we have that as well. And by the way, we don't have to have these displays just for retail. We've actually installed them into fast food restaurants and casual restaurants and breweries and things of that nature to show and advertise products that they may sell that may not be their main line. Like, for example, at a brewery, we just installed this obviously beer is the big thing they have, but they also have wine they're offering now, and they've got 4 or 5 bottles of wine of different types that they like to advertise. They've got a food kitchen, and they were wanted to push the food because that's higher margin than the beer is, and goes good with beer. So that's worked out very well for them.
Very interesting. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more kind of industries or sectors are going to be maybe not disrupted. I don't think disrupted is the right term for this. It's like supported or some sort of growth is going to be offered to them through the technology that you guys have. It's very interesting.
Yeah, and even today, we can offer that to some people. Like, for example, smart locks, which is one of my favorite things that we do. The smart lock was the very first thing that we did, that we integrated our product with, and you can actually buy a lock today from a company up in Toronto, Alfred, which makes a mortise lock, which is an industrial lock, and also a deadbolt lock for residential and high-end homes. And we power we actually recharge their lithium-ion cell with our solution. But the beauty of it is that it's always charged, so they don't have to just have just operate a motor and operate a display. They can now add all these features that could never afford earlier, because they have to restrict power usage, otherwise their batteries wear out too quickly. So now they can have things like retina scan, or they can have fingerprint identification, facial recognition, your Ring camera, your Nest camera, that can all be incorporated into your door locks. You don't have to have a separate device. You've already got a camera pointed out there. And if you have a camera pointed to the front you can have a screen in the back so you can look out without looking through a peephole. And if you think about it, you can go one step further. You can even add your security system inside of the lock, because I don't know about you, but my security system's in a big gray box, and it's got a big, motorcycle battery that keeps the thing up there. Yeah, well, that can be all put down into a little tiny circuit board and put into the lock as well. And all of a sudden, your lock isn't connected up to anything. It's probably on 5G or Wi-Fi at the very minimum. Something you can't do today. You have to have a bridge for most of the locks. I guess August lock doesn't have it, but most of the other locks do. And you can eliminate that, and all of a sudden you can just see that because you've got unlimited power, you can do things you never could do before, because you're always worried about what's the capacity of these batteries, and they have to last at least 3 months.
Super interesting.
Yeah.
Have you guys? I haven't looked through your entire website, but do you have like blog articles or inside articles talking about all of the different kind of industries that are going to be disrupted over the next couple of years?
Yeah, the website's full of it. Lots of
great.
stuff there. Yeah.
Okay,
There's
great.
articles, white papers, there's presentations, and of course I've got another whole set of presentations, and we've also got a YouTube channel as well.
Okay, great. Yeah, I didn't think about all the different kind of not disruptions, like industries that would be enabled or opportunities would be enabled with this kind of technology. But I'm glad I had you on. It's really interesting, and I'm thinking a little bit more about whether it's smart factories or the metaverse vision goggles will be enabled through this. It's fascinating. It really is.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe one of the final questions here. We talked about it at the very beginning about the kind of potential market that you guys have. What's required for you guys to scale up to have this technology be, I guess, ubiquitous, maybe in America, in the world, etc.?
Well, one thing we'll need to do, and by scaling up, you're thinking of quantity sold. To get quantity sold where we can bring it down to the mass market, costs will have to come down. This is a new technology, so it's a little bit on the expensive side. Still cheaper than adding wires inside of a wall that's already put up. I'll say that. So there's good value right there in the retrofit market and in certain applications like the locks and security where you just can't run wires. But as we start rolling this stuff out and bring in.
Discover the joy of parenthood with Easy Home USA. Because at Easy Home, we believe in creating a world where babies are always smiling and parents are always at ease. Our bottles are not just a product, they are a promise of care and comfort. With innovative anti-colic technology, we ensure your baby enjoys every meal, reducing discomfort and fussiness. And it doesn't stop there. Easy Home USA bottles come in a variety of stylish designs, redefining the charm of feeding time. After all, why should mealtime be any less fun? Easy Home USA, where we prioritize your baby's happiness. Because a happy baby means a happy home. Explore our range today at easyhomeusa.com and make mealtime a delightful experience. Easy Home USA, the choice of millions of happy parents across the country. Because we understand your baby deserves nothing but the best.
Hey there, parents. Are you tired of the constant fuss and tears during feeding time? Well, say hello to Easy Home Baby Bottles, the solution to all your feeding woes. With our specially designed bottles, colic and discomfort will be a thing of the past. Watch as this parent feeds their baby with ease and joy using our bottles. We believe that every sip should bring a smile. So, why settle for anything less? Easy Home Baby Bottles, making feeding time a happy time. Remember, we're here to make your journey through parenthood just a little bit easier. Easy Home USA, the name you can trust. Happy feeding! In the journey of parenthood, every moment is precious. And at Easy Home USA, we're here to make those moments even more special. Our wide range of baby products is designed with love and care, just like you would. From cozy cribs to gentle rocking chairs, we have everything to create a nurturing space for your little one. Safety and quality are our top priorities. Our products are crafted to meet the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind knowing your baby is in the best hands. Stay connected with our state-of-the-art baby monitors, because your baby's well-being is always just a glance away. At Easy Home USA, we're not just about products, we're about creating memories. Embrace the joys of parenthood with Easy Home USA, where love and comfort meet. Easy Home USA, making your home your family's haven. Discover the comfort and convenience of Easy Home USA. From stylish furniture to smart gadgets, we've got your home covered. Shop online, and we'll deliver quality products right to your doorstep. Elevate your home the easy way. Easy Home USA, where your dream home begins.
Once that happens, I can see the big push into that market as well. But right now, because it's kind of a pull-through sales, and it's kind of hard to do because we have to go out and talk to the commercial builders, and we're just not big enough to do that at this point in time. We'll get there, and then I think you're going to see this stuff just really start to accelerate.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot for coming on, Kurt. You really kind of opened my mind to, I guess we could call it like an enabling technology. I've always been thinking about disruptive technologies, but I think that this is something that's going to enable quite a lot of things in the future. I'll have your WeCharge website up on the show notes of the episode. Are there any other places that you would like the audience members to follow, to get in touch with you guys, or is the website's probably the best place?
A website is a good place. If you actually go to let's see if I can find it. I might have it right up here. I think you go to the contact us part of the website. We've got you can call our main office. It's outside of Tel Aviv, or call me. I'm in the Dallas office. We also have somebody in Germany to take care of that. We have somebody in Korea. So we've got different areas all around the world where you can call in. Or they can just email me. It's my first name dot last name at ycharge.com. Don't forget the hyphen between Y and charge, and it'll get to me.
Terrific. Well, again, thank you very much for coming on. It was an absolute pleasure, and good luck with scaling up the business and changing the world in some very interesting ways that I hadn't thought about before. So thanks for coming on.
Okay, thank you, Mark, for having me. I appreciate it. It was
Absolutely.
fun.
Great.
All right. Bye-bye.
Well, thanks for listening to this week's Future Tech and Foresight podcast. If you like what you've heard here, there are, of course, a number of ways that you can support the podcast. The best way would be to leave a review on Apple Podcasts or give a rating on Spotify, which you can find a step-by-step explanation for on the futuretechandforesight.com website. Alternatively, feel free to leave a comment either on the episode show notes or the YouTube channel where you can see video recordings of the interviews. And finally, if you are part of an organization that is aware of the disruptive and transformational impact that emerging and future technologies will bring and want to know more, please get in touch to hear about the strategic foresight services that we offer and how we can help future-proof your organization and take advantage of the phenomenal opportunities available to survive and thrive in the future.
A lot of future-shocked people and future-shocked institutions in our society are simply overwhelmed.
Once there is superintelligence, the fate of humanity may depend on what the superintelligence does.
Science fact is catching up to science fiction.
The first truly intelligent machine will be the last invention that humanity needs to make.
The only scarcity that will exist in the future is that which we decide to create ourselves as humans.
Within a 10-year design revolution, we can have all humanity living the highest standard of living anybody's ever known.
Progress is accelerating at an exponential pace, and it's going to reach a point where progress is so fast it's going to be a singularity.
We are probably one of the last generations of Homo sapiens.
Every single headline points to the birth pangs of a Type 1 civilization.